What is up, guys? Welcome to another Workout Wednesday. Today we are going to jump in to programming. So there's a couple different kinds of programming. Today's video, this is for the beginner. If you're just starting out, this video is for you. Alright, so in our second installment of training structure, we're looking at linear programming. Linear meaning straightforward like this. That's how your gains are. If you're a newbie, they're called newbie gains. There's something that everyone wishes they had looking back at their lifting career. They all wish they could have newbie gains again. So if you're new, listen to this video because I'm going to help you get the most out of this time you have and all this potential you have as someone new to the gym. Your body will respond very quickly to training if you're new. If you haven't trained before or you haven't trained consistently before and you're relatively new to weightlifting and training, your central nervous system, everything in your body, it's going to be a shock. And because it's going to be such a shock to the body, the way your body reacts to it is going to be much more acute and much more dramatic than someone who's been lifting for a while and needs to employ other variables to get their body to respond aggressively to training. All right, let's hop right into this. Linear programming, it's going to look something like this. You've got month 1 to month 2 to month 3, kind of arching up, right? So each month you're going to be lifting, and I have my split right here. I went over training splits in a previous video showing what an average workout should be structured like. But the idea is for all your workouts, you're going to start out with a 5x5 for strength and a main movement like bench press, deadlift, squat, or overhead press. Moving into another strength movement, 3x8 for another accompanying movement. So if you did bench press, maybe do seated shoulder press for a 3x8 or an incline dumbbell press for a 3x8. Followed up with multiple movements for hypertrophy, getting that hypertrophic response, which we talked about in previous videos. You'd stretch, cool off, that's your workout for the day. Now you would do this, anywhere from 4 to 6 days a week, depending on how your split is. You could do upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. You could do push, pull legs, push, pull legs. We'll get into that in another video, but for now, just know that each month you're going to be structuring a workout like this, and all you're going to be doing is following that workout and progressing, like we've talked about in previous videos, in strength, adding either weight or some variable so that each workout you're doing a little bit more. And you don't have to change things up much here. Each month, we'll just maybe switch the order of some of the following exercises, or switch the 5x5 from a 5x5 to a 4x3, to a 4x6, to a 3x8, something different, just to throw in a couple different variables. Because you're new, your body is going to respond very, very quickly and very aggressively to any kind of tiny change, so we take advantage of that by just doing the basics and hitting it hard and with intensity. We do that every month for 3 months, and you're going to see basically a straight line of progression. You're never going to run into what they call plateaus, whereas you're an advanced lifter, your body, it might be used to it quicker than it thinks or quicker than you expect, and the week you go in, that next week you go in, you're expecting to lift more, your body just can't because it didn't respond to the stimulus the way you expected it to. Well, if you're new, your body's going to be responding to that stimulus exactly the way we expect it to. It's going to get stronger because it just has to. It's not used to it, and that's the way the body will react. It's not as simple as just lifting, though. You have to have the nutrition aspect. So we'll talk about that very quickly, and that'll wrap up this video. Nutrition. All right, first thing you have to know, BMR. That's your basal metabolic rate, not your base metabolic rate, basal metabolic rate. A lot of people get that wrong. Basal metabolic rate basically means the amount of calories your body needs to consume every day to stay at the exact same weight. You burn calories throughout the day. I'm talking right now, that's burning calories. Walking around, being alive, even sleeping burns calories. So we figure out what that is based on your weight, your height, your activity level, a lot of different variables. You can find online calculators for this. Once you find out what that is, it'll say maybe something like 1,800 to 2,200 calories a day is your basal metabolic rate. If you're trying to put on size, gain muscle, you're going to want to be in a caloric surplus, so eating more than those calories. Obviously, putting on size, whether it be fat or in this case we're trying to put on muscle, you need to be eating more than your body's already burning, because if you burn all your fuel, you'll have nothing to put into the muscle to make it grow bigger, help it grow. We have to put more clay on the sculpture in order to be able to sculpt it. So we're going to be doing that in 2 ways, and these are the 2 things you focus on. You have your protein. Now your protein, you want to keep that as 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body fat. Now there's no specific formula that works for everyone, but the idea, the general consensus in the medical community is that an adequate amount of protein intake is 0.8 to 1.2 pounds per person. It's individual though. So if you are someone who is more sensitive to protein, you might find that having a 1.2 grams per pound of body weight you'll find yourself having bowel issues. It's just a little too much for your body to handle and you're not absorbing a lot of it. But if you're someone who maybe you're eating 0.8 and you're handling it just fine, try bumping it up to make sure that you're getting enough. 0.8 might not be enough for you. The next thing you're going to do, and this is where the caloric surplus comes in, once you've figured out how many grams of protein you have to eat to be doing 0.8 to 1.2 grams, so I'm 190 pounds, I'm eating 190 grams of protein, I would then go and look at my overall calories. I want my calories to be 300 to 500 grams above my basal metabolic rate. If that's 2,200 calories, I want to be eating 2,500 to 2,700 at least, and that's for a conservative bulk. Some people do a lot more and they'll eat 4,000 calories, but you're obviously going to gain a lot of fat then. If you're new, you really don't need to eat that much more, just 300 to 500 extra, focusing on either high carb or high fat. Again, this is on an individual basis. If you're someone who finds that eating high carbs clogs them up or makes them feel sluggish, try high fat. Fat has a lot of help with cognitive functions, and good fats will actually make you feel less foggy during the day. Again, if you're someone who finds that high fats makes you feel sluggish or worn down, try hard carbs. Again, everyone responds to these differently, so tinker around with them, but just know that you're going to be adjusting those two numbers and then your protein to make sure you're 300 to 500 above your basal metabolic rate. That's basically as simple as it is, guys. If you're looking to design a linear program, you're going to be designing workouts like this over a 3-month period, doing 4 weeks on, 1 week deload for 3 months, eating, following this kind of guideline. That's a linear program in its most basic skeleton. Again, if you guys need help designing a program, you guys want to be put on a program custom to you, send me an email, link in the description down below, and I can help you guys out with that. Leave a like if you like this video, comment below if I went too fast on anything or you want anything explained in further detail. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.